So I'm
Crazy.
happy for Ethiopia, and I'm happy for the example that they're setting. And I hope that Africans see this as a Pan-Africanist accomplishment and that we come out and we celebrate this big time.
Okay, very good. I'm glad you
You
mentioned
wanted
that
to.
very critical point. In fact, you read the part about the apparent assassination of the chief of the entire project, Mr. Bekele.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
would not be
Yes.
surprised if the people who eliminated him were from outside Ethiopia. Since I have no proof or evidence,
Exactly.
let me leave it like that.
Exactly. Exactly. Because when they started this project, Egypt was understandably extremely upset
So
and
Egypt
said they
wanted
would
to go
do
to war.
whatever they could to
Yep,
sabotage it.
Yeah.
yep. They wanted to go
Exactly.
to war.
So even when you say 15,000 people died, help me understand. Was it because of negligence on the part of Ethiopia, or was it because there were actually some kind of saboteur work that was going on that created, issues for the workers? But give us more
Right.
information.
I mean, I would just say, on that story, I would just say, you're right when you said Egypt took exception to the idea of Ethiopia constructing the dam. One was part of the negotiation was you are going to allow a certain amount of water in line with that treaty, which if that were to happen, Ethiopia would effectively not be able to build a dam because you need X amount of volume of water to generate the electricity you need. So it was like, nah, we're going to have to go ahead. And when they mentioned the fact that nobody outside of Ethiopia invested in it, World Bank and the IMF were backing Egypt. That's why
Yes.
they didn't provide the funds.
Mhm.
So again, the neo-colonial hand of external influence over the affairs of Africa, you continue to see it on a day. And kudos to Ethiopia for saying no and have, to their credit, achieved something worthwhile. And it's a monument of what can happen when
And I
Africans
believe they're
decide,
gonna be providing electricity to some of the countries
nearby.
upstream
Yeah.
from them as
hmm
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. This is a great thing.
Yes, yes, yes. And so that said, another story cropped up in The Guardian this week, and it's for one of our worthy comrades who has long left us, but for some, he is still very much around. And the story reads from The Guardian that South Africa is to reopen Steve Biko's inquest 48 years after death in death custody. Death of anti-apartheid activist in 1977 after police beat him into a coma sparked outrage across the world. South Africa's prosecutors will reopen the inquest into the death of prominent anti-apartheid activist Steve Biko nearly 50 years after he died in police custody. Biko, the founder of South Africa's Black Consciousness Movement, died in a police cell in 1977, just aged 30, after being beaten into a coma by the police who had arrested him nearly a month earlier. The main goal of reopening the inquest is to lay before the court evidence that will enable the court to make a finding as to whether the death was brought about by any act or omission, which prima facie involves amount or amounts to an offense on the part of any person, the National Prosecuting Authority said on Wednesday. So, ladies and gentlemen, what's your take on this